What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we are here for the 5 takeaways for the game we just watched between Hertha Berlin and Borussia Dortmund, in which Dortmund lost 3-2 to now trail Bayern at top of the table by 9 points. I got a lot of takeaways from this one. I don't know how exactly they're going to go, but if you guys do like this series, as always, be sure to drop a like on the video, drop a sub as well if you guys are new to the channel. Let's get into my takeaways now. Alright guys, 2021 has come to an end and Dortmund go out in a very bitter term, losing 3-2 to Hertha in a match in which they were winning at halftime to just a meltdown. There's a lot of takeaways I have. I'm not going to touch on every single one as I'm expecting you guys to bring them up in the comments so we can discuss it there, but let's just get started with my very first takeaway. My very first takeaway is going to be the starting 11, and this is Marco Rose and the starting 11 because I don't know exactly who to blame. Is it Marco Rose for picking a starting 11 that looked anything like the one he picked today? Is it the players for not competing? And I don't know about the injured players, for Guerrero, Zagadou, why they weren't on the bench, but I mean, Witsel at center back was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster, and Zagadou, who has been performing, and he came on later, maybe they were trying to manage his game time a little bit, but considering that there's a massive break coming on right now, Prongicic and Zagadou to me made a lot more sense than sticking Witsel back out there, who was directly at fault for the first goal for just having no pace to be able to deal with it, and it was just frankly frustrating. The team did not look good. There's a lot of nervousness around the defensive core, so I don't know whether to put that on Marco Rose or just the fact that these players weren't fit. But if you looked at the back four like Twitter usually do, they erupted and they were nervous, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw some alright passing plays and opportunities going forward, but defensively all night long we were all over the place, conceding 3 goals against Hertha the way that we did. It was just absolutely unacceptable. My second takeaway, guys, is going to be the missing players. Bellingham was massively missed in the midfield. You could tell that his creativity, his energy, his enthusiasm throughout the match was just not there. But I think we had a bigger miss today, and it was on full effect. And we had a nice conversation in the chat around goalkeeping today, and Kobel was the main one. Kobel went missing, and who would have thought this injury would be so detrimental? But it was. I mean, I looked at the goals, and I'm no goalkeeper, so in the chat, let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. But I thought there were some very savable shots in there for him. I mean, the one looked like a banger. The one looked middle of the net where maybe a stronger hand could have got onto it. It looked a little iffy. And then the first one looked really poor goalkeeping as well. I mean, not having Kobel in there killed us for a game. And I feel like he would have made at least 2 of the 3 saves in that kind of game. But there's issues before that going up. But we definitely miss Gregor Kobel because this season alone, he's saved us points and he's bailed us out time after time. And Hitz just wasn't up to it today. But my third takeaway, guys, is going to be Brandt. Now, Brandt is a player who I'm starting to praise a lot because I've been really impressed with what he's done. He's really turned his game around. He's been completely a new player that we've really needed, an injection of life into this side. However, this Dortmund side, and again, when people are saying it's Rose's fault for this, that, and the other thing, you can't get rid of stupidity. You can't fix it. That's not Marco Rose's problem to fix. That is the whole team trying to basically get players out if they think that these are the kind of mistakes they're going to make. Now, I love Brandt right now. He's on full form, and he scored a beautiful goal and had a really good opening half. Him and Meunier were my 2 best players. But in the second half, he was directly at fault for 2 goals. 2 goals. The headed clearance that he just missed, that's on Brandt. I'm sorry, man, that is on you. You had to get a piece of that. That was easily, you misread your jump. That is on you. The ball went in the back of the net. And then the second one, he got dispossessed, and the ball immediately went up in the back of the net as well. So, unfortunately for Brandt, who had a very positive first half, mental mistake, mental sloppiness, misreading situations, you were directly at fault for 2 goals, and the main reason in my eyes that we lost. I'm sorry, it comes down to as simple as that. My fourth takeaway, guys, is going to be Haaland and the body language of this guy. And I don't know, because the recent rumors was coming out that he'd be here till maybe 2023. The fact that the title race is over, and do not kid yourself, guys, the title race is over at 9 points. Hugely disappointing for Borussia Dortmund. I know we have the Pokal, the Europa League, and I'll be excited in competing on those, but it's very disheartening to see this league be over the way it is at 9 points. Now, I know you're going to say, Josh, Bayern were down 9 points against Dortmund. Different circumstances. We shot ourselves in the foot. Bayern kept rolling. Bayern are not going to do that. They're going to continue to win and probably make this gap even bigger. And it's starting to affect players, especially Haaland. As I saw a play, and a couple people in the chat saw it as well, the pass was going to Haaland. It was intercepted because it was a sloppy pass coming from Schultz, who again had a poor performance. And Haaland just turned and he's like, like saying, what is this crap I have to deal with? This is ridiculous. So I don't know what Haaland's future's going to have in store. He's clearly getting very frustrated. He was a ghost really in the first game, and then he ended up scoring 2. His body language wasn't good in that game. It got even worse, and he was really a ghost in this game. There's a lot of dysfunction going on between the groups. The team is not gelling right now. The frustration is boiling, and there's a lot of question marks Marco Rose and company are going to have to find it, as well as a complete reconfiguring of this back four. But my final takeaway, guys, because I'm going to try to focus on a couple of good things, if there were any, because this is just a bitter way to go out of 2021. But I thought Thomas Meunier had a very good game. I thought his distribution was flawless, really. He pretty much put in Royce for 2 point-blank opportunities to put the ball in the back of the net, and we did not do that. Royce was very frustrated with himself. Unfortunately, Royce just couldn't take those opportunities, but the balls from Meunier in the first half were unbelievable. His running, his timing was good. Tracking back was decent. I thought Meunier had a pretty good game. Other than that, I don't know. Guerrero was a little bit lively since coming on. I thought he should have came on the 60th minute, but again, I don't know. I don't know exactly how long he's supposed to be playing, but all in all, I mean, Meunier is really the only highlight I really saw from a 3-2 disappointing result to end off the year. We got a break now until January 8th with our next game, and that's just the most bitter way you can go out on it. Pretty much frustrate the players, frustrate the fans, and I just kind of, it's sick of it. It's ridiculous. This should have been a win, and we'll have to go back and figure out a way to get this thing done. But guys, those are my 5 takeaways. I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say, because there's definitely more, and let me know if you agree with my 5 takeaways or not. I have a bit of a cold, so I appreciate you guys tuning in with me throughout the watch along and our 5 takeaways. As always, be sure to drop a like on the video. Drop a sub if you guys are new around here, and we'll see you guys in January, I guess. Cheers, friends.